What if everything you've been told about success and happiness is a distraction from the one thing that truly matters? I want you to imagine, for a moment, that you're at the end of your life. Not in a morbid way, but with clear eyes. You're looking back. What will you regret? What moments will replay in your mind? Not the meetings you sat through, not the minor promotions you celebrated. You'll see the faces of people you loved. You'll feel the quiet mornings you missed because you were already racing toward the next task. You'll remember the opportunities for kindness you ignored because you were too focused on being right, or being first, or simply being seen. This final review isn't about your accolades. It's about the texture of your days, the depth of your connections, and the integrity of your silence. It's about who you were when nobody was watching. Most of us chase external validation. More money, a better title, a bigger house. We're taught that accumulation equals fulfillment. It's a linear equation pounded into us from childhood. Good grades lead to a good college, which leads to a good job, which leads to a good life. But what if that equation is fundamentally flawed? What if the map we've been given doesn't actually lead to the treasure? Ancient wisdom from philosophers across the globe whispers a different truth. The most profound poverty is a life lived for an audience. It's a performance that exhausts the performer, a play where you forget you can step off the stage. Consider this. For thousands of years, across vastly different cultures, the brightest minds didn't converge on a doctrine of more. They converged on a principle of enough. The Stoics in Rome, the Buddha in India, the Taoist sages in China, their messages, though clothed in different languages and metaphors, all pointed inward. They weren't concerned with conquering the external world, but with mastering the internal one. They understood that the world outside is chaotic, unpredictable, and largely outside our control. The only true domain of sovereignty is our own mind, our own character, our own response. This isn't a passive resignation, it's the ultimate strategic pivot. Why waste energy trying to control the storm when you can learn to steady your own ship? Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in the world, didn't journal about his stock portfolio or military conquests. He wrote in his private meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. He wrote about his character, his integrity, his duty, his connection to something larger than himself. Why? Because he understood a fundamental secret about human psychology and power. He knew that an emperor besieged by constant demands, plots, and burdens could only remain effective and sane by cultivating an inner citadel. His palace was made of marble, but his real fortress was built of disciplined thought. He knew that external power is fleeting and fragile, but internal sovereignty is unassailable. We are wired for meaning, not for metrics. Our brains are not simple calculators for pleasure and pain. They are meaning-making machines. We crave narrative, purpose, and a sense of belonging to something that transcends our individual, momentary existence. When you trade this internal peace for external applause, you make a Faustian bargain you can never win. You sell your soul for cheers that fade the moment you leave the room. The metrics, likes, followers, salary figures, square footage, are seductive because they are quantifiable. They give us a false sense of progress. We can point to them and say, "See, I'm moving forward." But meaning is qualitative. It's felt, not counted. It's the warmth of a genuine conversation, the satisfaction of work done well for its own sake, the peace of a mind at rest with itself. These things don't show up on a spreadsheet, so we undervalue them until it's too late. Think about it. When was the last time you were truly alone with your thoughts, without an agenda? Not while driving, not while exercising to a podcast, not while scrolling as a distraction. I mean sitting in a quiet room with no device, no book, no goal, other than to be present with the contents of your own consciousness. For most people in the modern world, this experience is rare to the point of being terrifying. We actively avoid it. We structure our lives to ensure we are never left in that quiet space. Why? Because the quiet is where the real questions live. Am I on the right path? Does my life have the meaning I want it to have? Who am I beneath all these roles I play? And these questions are uncomfortable. They don't have easy, tweetable answers. They require us to sit in the uncertainty, the not knowing, which is the most fertile ground for real growth. This avoidance is the modern disease. We fill every silence with noise, every pause with a scroll, every moment of potential introspection with another input. We've confused being busy with being purposeful, and being informed with being wise. We've outsourced our thinking to algorithms and our sense of worth to public opinion. The result is a peculiar kind of emptiness, a hollowness that persists even when we achieve the very goals we were told would make us whole. You get the promotion, and for a week there's a high, but then the familiar anxiety returns. Now just wearing a slightly more expensive suit. You buy the house, and after the novelty fades, you're just you in a different room with a bigger mortgage. The goalposts of happiness keep moving because we're chasing the wrong game. We're trying to fill a cup that has a hole in the bottom. The hole is our neglected inner life. But here's the pivot. The moment you stop running from that quiet, the moment you turn and face the emptiness you've been fleeing, something extraordinary happens. The very emptiness you feared becomes your source of strength. It transforms from a void to be filled into a space to be inhabited. Buddhist philosophy has a profound term for this, sunyata, often translated as emptiness or the fertile void. It's not a nihilistic nothingness. It's the recognition that all things are empty of independent, permanent existence. Your ego, your anxieties, your rigid identity, they are not solid, unchanging things. They are constructs, stories, patterns of thought. Seeing this emptiness is the ultimate liberation. It means the story of you that feels so heavy and fixed is actually malleable. It's potential. It's the blank canvas before the painting, the silence before the music. It's where your authentic self, stripped of performance and external definition, actually resides. Not as a fixed thing to be found, but as a conscious presence to be realized. So, how do you begin to access this? How do you step off the treadmill of performance and into the sanctuary of your own being? It's crucial to understand this is not another 5-step productivity hack you can add to your already overcrowded to-do list. It's not about adding another practice, another goal, another thing to achieve. It's the opposite. It's a subtraction, a letting go, an unlearning. It's about creating space by removing the clutter, not by building a bigger closet. Start small, impossibly small. Start with just 5 minutes. Sit in a chair. Set a timer. Close your eyes if it helps. And just breathe. Don't try to control your breath, just observe it. Your mind will race. It will serve up your to-do list, a forgotten embarrassment from a decade ago, a worry about tomorrow. That's okay. That's what minds do. The practice isn't to stop the thoughts, but to notice them without getting on the train with them. See the thought, label it gently. Planning, worrying, remembering, and return your attention to the sensation of your breath. This simple act is revolutionary. It is the training ground for disentangling your awareness from the constant chatter of your mind. It's where you learn that you are not your thoughts, you are the awareness that witnesses them. From this space of slightly calmer observation, ask yourself one terrifyingly simple question. Who am I when no one is watching? Don't try to answer it intellectually. Let the question hang in the air of your awareness. Feel into it. What sensations arise? What images? The answer won't come in a neat sentence. It's a feeling, a knowing. It might be a sense of vastness, or a specific memory of a moment when you felt completely at peace, completely yourself, maybe as a child lost in play, or alone in nature. That feeling is a clue. That is the you beneath the performance. This process of inquiry is the core of all genuine philosophical and spiritual pursuit. Philosophy, at its root, isn't an academic exercise of memorizing what dead thinkers said. It's a lived practice. It's the love of wisdom, and wisdom is applied knowledge. It's not to gather more information about the world, but to shed the illusions you hold about yourself and your place in it. To move from knowing about things to knowing your own being directly. As the modern sage J. Krishnamurti pointed out, the observer is the observed. The moment you try to analyze yourself, you've already turned it into an object, separate from the analyzer. Real self-knowledge is a collapsing of that duality. It's the realization that the seeker is the sought. Enlightenment, then, is perhaps not a grand arrival at a mountain peak of perfect knowledge, but simply the collapse of the wall you built between yourself and reality. It's the end of the separation, the end of the performance, and the simple, quiet abiding in what is. What does this mean for your daily life? It doesn't mean you quit your job and move to a cave, though it might clarify whether your current path is aligned with your values. It means you begin to bring this quality of awareness into your ordinary activities. You wash the dishes to wash the dishes, not to get to the next task. You listen to your partner to understand them, not to formulate your rebuttal. You work with focus and care for the intrinsic satisfaction of good work, not just for the external reward. This is how philosophy walks off the page and into your kitchen, your office, your relationships. It transforms duty into devotion, work into craft, and conversation into connection. It won't make you famous. It might not make you rich in the conventional sense. In fact, it might lead you to question your attachment to those very goals. But it will make you free from the tyranny of others' opinions, free from the roller coaster of external validation, free from the anxiety of clinging to things that are inherently impermanent. And in that freedom, you'll find a contentment that no circumstance can take from you. This isn't a bubbly, euphoric happiness that depends on everything going right. It's a deep, stable peace, the peace of the ocean depths, undisturbed by the storms on the surface. It's an unshakable okayness that comes from knowing who you are at your core, independent of your successes and failures. So, I have to ask, what are you waiting for? The performance can end whenever you choose. You don't need to make a grand announcement. You don't need to burn your old life down. You simply need to stop believing in the character you've been playing. You can start today, in this very moment, by taking one conscious breath, by asking one honest question, by granting yourself the permission to not know, to not have it all figured out, and to be perfectly, imperfectly human. This journey inward is the most important one you will ever take. It's the source of everything else: genuine creativity, resilient love, effective action, and lasting peace. All the external striving in the world is meaningless if the person achieving it is lost, anxious, and disconnected from themselves. The real treasure was never on the map they gave you. It was buried in the field of your own awareness all along. You are the treasure. The work isn't to find yourself, but to remember yourself, to cease identifying with the temporary costumes and sets of your life, and to rest as the conscious presence that wears them all. If this idea resonates, if you feel that pull to go deeper, to live a life not of performance but of presence, then do me a favor. Give this video a like. It helps more people find these conversations and reminds the algorithm that there is a hunger for substance, not just spectacle. And for more content that challenges you to think deeply, to question gently, and to live authentically, make sure you're subscribed to Winds of Thought. This channel is dedicated to exploring these ideas not as abstract theories, but as practical tools for a more meaningful life. Thank you for your time and your attention. It's the most valuable currency we have. Now, go take a few minutes of quiet. The adventure is waiting for you right where you are.